Hello everyone, my name is Prajwal. The topic of today's presentation is ISO, CMM, Six Sigma, Lean and KANBAN. So in today's video, we are going to see working principle, merit, demerits, applications, also where these methods are suitable, where these methods are not suitable, and all. The first one is ISO model. It stands for International Organization for Standardization, which is a worldwide federation of national standard bodies. Working through technical committees, it has developed and published over 18,000 different ISO standards that are used internationally for subjects ranging from film speeds to wine glasses to quality management systems. The official purpose for the insurance of ISO standards is to facilitate world trade through standardization. So, what are popular ISO standards? First one is ISO IEC 27000. This security standards define a six-step process for developing and implementing information security policies and processes. Second one is ISO IEC 17799. This security management standard specifies more than 100 best practices for business continuity, access control, process management, and more. Third one is ISO IEC 20,000. This ISO standard creates a technical specification and codifies best practices for IT service management. The next one is ISO IEC 12207. This ISO standard creates a consistent lifecycle management process for all software. And last one is ISO 9000. This family of standards defines how organizations can establish and maintain effective quality assurance systems for manufacturing and service industries. So, what is ISO certification? As it relates to ISO standards, certification is a certifying body's assurance that a service, product, or system meets the requirements for the standard. While ISO develops the standards, third-party certification bodies certify conformity with those standards. According to the ISO, the phrase ISO certification should never be used to indicate that a product or system has been certified by a certification body as conforming to an ISO standard. Instead, ISO suggests referring to certified products or systems using the full identification of the ISO standard. For example, instead of ISO certified, ISO recommends using the phrase ISO 9001 colon 2015 certified. This fully identifies the standard being certified, including the version. In this case, the version of ISO 9001 released in 2015, while ISO does not do certifications, its Committee on Conformity Assessment works on standards related to the certification process. So, how are ISO standards developed? First, stage. The first step is developing a new standard. Starts when industry associations or customer groups make a request. The relevant ISO committee determines whether a new standard is indeed required. Next, preparatory stage. A working group is set up to prepare a working draft of the new standard. The working group is composed of subject matter experts and industry stakeholders. When the draft is deemed satisfactory, the working group's parent committee decides which stage occurs next. Then committee stage. This is an optional stage during which members of the parent committee review and comment on the draft standard. When the committee reaches consensus on the technical content of the draft, it can move to the next stage. Then inquiry stage, approval stage, and the publication stage. The next one is CMM model. The Software Engineering Institute (SEI) Capability Maturity Model which is nothing but CMM, specifies an increasing series of levels of software development organization. The term maturity relates to the degree of formality and optimization of processes from ad hoc practices to formally defined steps to manage result metrics to active optimization of the processes. The higher the level, the better the software development process. Hence, reaching each level is an expensive and time-consuming process. The model's aim is to improve existing software development processes, but it can also be applied to other processes. So, what is CMM? Capability maturity model is used as benchmark to measure the maturity of an organization's software process. CMM was developed at the Software Engineering Institute in the late 80s. It was developed as a result of a study financed by the US Air Force as a way to evaluate the work of subcontractors. So why to use CMM? It guides towards repeatable standard process and hence reduce the learning time on how to get things done. Practicing CMM means practicing standard protocol for development, which means it not only helps the team to save time, but also gives a clear review of what to do and what to expect. The quality activities get well with the project rather than thought of as a separate event. It acts as a commuter between the project and the team. CMM efforts are always towards the improvement of the process. So, what is capability maturity model levels? So, first level is initial level, where processes are predictable, poorly controlled, and reactive. Then, management level, processes characterized for process and is often reactive. Then, defined level, processes characterized for the organization and is proactive. Projects tailors their processes from organization standards. Then quantitatively managed. Processes measured and controlled, then optimizing level. So here on process improvement. So these are the levels of CMM. So very first level is initial level, where requirements of the system are usually uncertain, misunderstood, and uncontrolled. The process is usually joystick. Then level 2 is managed level. So here we are estimating project cost, schedule, and functionality. Software standards are also defined here. Then defined make sure that product meets the requirements and intended use. And after defining the requirements, project needs, then quantitatively managed. So here manage the project's process and sub-processes statistically. After that maturity level, here we are identifying and deploying your new tools and process improvements to meet needs and business objectives. So, what are the limitations of CMM? CMM determines what a process should address instead of how it should be implemented. It does not explain every possibility of software process improvement. It concentrates on software issues but does not consider strategy, business planning, adopting technology, establishing product line, and managing human resources. It does not tell on what kind of business an organization should be in. CMM will not be used in the project having a crisis right. Then what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is a generic quantitative approach to improvement that applies to any process. Six Sigma is a discipline tech-driven approach and methodology for eliminating defects, driving towards six standard deviation between the mean and the nearest specification limit in any process from manufacturing to transactional and from product to services. Six Sigma is a highly disciplined process that helps us focus on developing and delivering near perfect products and services. So key concept of Six Sigmas. First is critical quality. attributes most important to the customer defect following to deliver what the customer wants. Then process capability, what your process can deliver is nothing but process quality capability. Then variation, what the customer sees and feels. Because customer to customer, their expectations can be different. So what they are feeling, what are their feedbacks are most important. Then stable operations, ensuring consistent, predictable processes to improve what the customer sees and feels. So according to customers' reaction, we should be uh, able to predict the improvements needed to the processes. In design of Six Sigma, designing and meet customer needs and process capability. Now, Six Sigma methodologies, DMAIC and DMAD or DFSS. And DMIC stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and then Control. Define means here we are defining the problem or the project goals that need to be addressed. After addressing or defining the project goals, then we are going to measure the problem or process from which it was produced. Then analyze data and process to determine root causes of the defect and opportunities. Then improve the process by finding solution to fix, diminish, and prevent future problems. Control, implement control and sustain the improvement solutions to keep the process on the new course. Then DMA DV, which stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Design, Verify. So here also, first four steps are similar. At the last, we are verifying the design performance and ability to meet customer needs. So what are the benefits of using Six Sigma? It generates sustained success sets a performance goal for everyone, enhances value to customers, accelerates the rate of improvement, promotes learning and cross-pollination, it executes strategic change. Then Lean. What is Lean? Lean is a series of tools and techniques for managing your organization's processes. Especially, Lean focuses on eliminating all non-value added activities and waste from processes. Although Lean tools differ from application to application, the goal is always incremental and breakthrough. Lean projects might focus on eliminating and reducing any a final customer would not want to pay for. Lean focused organizations extend the concepts of waste elimination and value added processes to suppliers, partners, and customers. At full potential, all aspects of lean organizations' value chain have eliminated waste and are operating at full value added potential. Then Kanban. So it is Kanban. It is a scheduling system for lean and just in time production. Kanban was developed by Taichi Ohno at Toyota to find a system to improve and maintain a high level of production. What are the principles of Kanban? Current workflow. Kanban's flexibility means that it can be implemented within your existing workflow without being disruptive. Incremental changes. Kanban's philosophy is based on making incremental changes that revolutionize your workflow rather than radical changes that often lead to doubts and resistance. Then respect current processes and roles. The Kanban methodology doesn't bulldoze your existing process and rules. It allows the project team to decide and implement changes where needed. Inspire company-wide leadership. Kanban small changes for evaluation philosophy drives all the team members towards continuous improvement to reach optimal performance. So, what is the conclusion of today's? presentation. So in this presentation, we have discussed about ISO, CMM, Six Sigma, Lean, and Kanban. We studied concepts of this topic and they are used for and their limitations, etc. Thank you so much.